Hello there guys, for today's video I'm going to show you how to remove shadow from face in Photoshop. And we will also dive deeper into using lasso tool, outlining shadows, creating curves adjustment layer, adjusting curves to lighten shadows, applying Gaussian blur, and using the channels for creating curves. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do here is that we're going to create a duplicate layer of our background. So let's go to Layers panel and then select on the background layer, and then let's press Ctrl plus J to create a duplicate layer. And here we are. Now after that, the next step we're going to do, we are going to make a selection on the shadows on her face. And we're going to use a polygonal lasso tool for that. So let's go in the toolbar and let's go to the third tool over here. This is the polygonal lasso tool. If you can't find that, you can just right click on the third tool and you can see the polygonal lasso tool on the second one here. Shortcut key of that is you just have to press on the letter L. Now let's make a selection on those shadows. But by the way, before we do that, let's just zoom this one in for us to see it. Deselect that first. Zoom this one in. Full screen. Okay. Alright, then select L for the polygonal lasso tool. And then now let's create a mask. Okay. I'm going to create a selection on the shadows. Alright. But I'm still going to remove some part here. So I'm going to use the subtract. It's on the I'll deselect this part. Okay, because this still have brighter areas. Okay, also this one's. Alright, there we go. Now, the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to create an adjustment layer on our selection. So to do that, just click on that layer here and then select adjustment layer and then select curves. And now in the properties panel for the curves adjustment layer, adjust the curve to lighten the shadow. Now we're going to drag the curve upwards in the middle to increase brightness in the shadow areas. It's getting brighter. Now you can experiment with these curves until you achieve the desired level of lightening. Okay, so for me, this one is good. But by the way, later on we can still adjust this one for a better result. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my video to other nerds like us. Going back, now here we're going to apply a Gaussian blur. Okay, but before we do that, I'm gonna create a solid color here. Select on that adjustment layer, solid color, and let's put it to color gray. And then set the blending mode to color. All right. So you will notice here we did this one for us to see the color balance. And now I'm going to go back to the curves here again, and then I may now set that up. I guess this one is okay. And I'm just going to hide this layer first. Alright, and yes, but this one is a bit greenish, so I'm going to fix that. I'm going here to this arrow up here. Just click on this and let's set it to green. And then I'm gonna decrease the level of green. Alright, there we go. Alright, I think this one is better. Okay, I'm going back there for the RGB. I'll just keep on adjusting this here. Alright, so there you go. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to apply a Gaussian blur. So to do that, let's click on this mask here. Yes, this one. click on this. And then let's go to filter, select blur, and choose Gaussian blur. In here, this window will appear, and now we can adjust this one. Okay, so actually that helps. This Gaussian blur helps to blur those edges. Okay, so let's just set this up to 8. Select OK. All right, but still, we still have to fix this one. So now I'm going to still click on that mask here, and then go select brush tool and try to lessen this part. See? Okay, so just be careful. And there you go. All right, but here you will notice here that there's still some light shadows that remains. So we're gonna fix that. So we're going to create another layer here. So to do that, we're gonna click on the duplicated layer a while ago, and then select on the channels, hold Control, and then click on the image here in the RGB, and it's going to create a selection on the brighter areas. And then we're gonna invert the selection. So just press Control plus J plus I. So I repeat, to invert that, hold Shift plus Control plus I. And there you go. And then let's go back to layers. And then let's create a layer for this. So just press Control plus J. And there you go. It just created another layer. And now we're gonna change the blending mode of this layer to screen. All right, so you have noticed here it turns brighter. And now we're going to add a negative mask. So to do that, just hold Alt and add a mask. All right, so now we just created a negative mask here. Now selecting on that negative mask, hold on the brush, and then now let's apply by drawing on those light shadows that remains. And there you go. Now I'm going to zoom this one out. Now let me show you the before and after. So let me hide this layer and this layer here. Now this one is the before, and this is the after. And that is how to remove shadows from face in Photoshop.